have a big heart, and sometimes I hate it. I overthink, apologize too much, forgive too easily, worry too much about people who don't care about me. I feel guilty for things I have no control over. I feel lonely because I'm afraid I won't find anyone who loves me as deeply as I love. The most upsetting thing about being the person who naturally goes all out to make others feel better is that your sincerity toward the people close to you often gets downplayed. You're often taken for granted. Slowly, your efforts are blurred out, and the sacrifices made specifically for them get tossed aside, like they're just something that has to be done naturally.
Everything we see is a false reality.
Does evil exist?
I don't know. Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Now a question. What have Herbert Hoover, Art Linkletter, Jack London, and Richard Nixon all had in common?
I have no enemies.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them. It seems to be getting harder, distinguishing reality from the illusions people make for us, or from the ones we make for ourselves. Maybe that's part of the plan, to make me think I'm crazy.
What the hell are you talking about?
I wanted to say that you're gonna hear some bad things about me, and some of them are true. But trust me, everything I've worked for, everything I care about, it's all for this wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Greetings, salutations, Grand Rising, most importantly. It's fucking, 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. right now. And I'm up recording this podcast. So, there's gonna be a whole bunch of, well, I guess I gotta stay up anyway. So, there's gonna be a whole bunch of ideas floating around from my subconscious still, because I just risen out of my neat little slumber, my neat little cocoon. But yeah, so main thing I wanted to talk about today, oh yeah, fuck it, let's jump right into it, is how there's a necessity for a revolution, for lack of a better word. I mean, I think that's a perfect word, to be honest. I think that a lot of people are dissatisfied with the current state of being, the current livelihood that we have. I was just thinking about this, and maybe 15 years ago, you could buy a house off of a minimum wage paycheck. You can buy a $150,000 house off of making maybe $2,000 a month, I want to say. And then because your mortgage would be like $600, $700, and you, as a lower middle class American, you were able to buy a home. But now look around, every home, the median home is $1 million in California. The median home in all of the U.S., I have to assume, is more than $200,000 right now. This shit is crazy as a fuck. I'm not gonna cap. We're gonna soon start having hostels like the fucking like the Europeans, and you will like it. You will own nothing, and you will like it, and you will live in a hostel, a pissy little hostel, and you'll like it because you're not ready to revolt, and that's so you're just agreeing with the whole Thank you. 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 Thank you for creating a little hostel for me. Me and my friends, me and my people. We got a little hostel. We don't sleep on the ground no more. We don't sleep on the ground no more. Me and my 6 kids, we sleep in the hostel. And you think raising the fucking minimum wage is the answer? It's really, really not. There's a lot of things about economics, and I believe that the minimum wage dictates so many more things in the fucking economy than you're thinking about. You're thinking if they give you $3 more, you'll be able to fucking make it, or I don't know what the fuck you're thinking, to be honest, because it's nonsensical. Once that shit is raised by fucking $17 to whatever the fuck the McDonald's workers was crying about the other day, like 22 or some shit. First of all fucking those type of jobs, all skillless jobs, simple skillless jobs that when you start working there, you move up based on your experience level and your earned skills in those jobs. Like the jobs that you can work while you're in high school, all those jobs should be for those high school kids. I'm just gonna say it, bro. So the reason that you can't support your family off of your minimum wage high school job in your early 30s and your late 30s is because that job is not for you, right? You need to be a bounty killer or something. You need to be an assassin or something adult like. I think flipping fries and deep frying burgers and shit like that. Yo, I haven't eaten chicken. I've been pescatarian for like since like March, and I ate and I haven't eaten fast food since then as well. I went to Popeyes 2 days ago because there was like a hurricane-ish storm and it shut down all the power, and my stove is a gas stove. I mean, my stove is an electrical stove, so I wasn't able to cook anything. And I thought my power was gonna be out, but it really wasn't. But I didn't go home first. I went to secure the goods. So I went to Popeyes, and I got some seafood, so they call it. And I had to shit crazy, like worse than you could imagine. Whatever you're imagining. And I know you don't want to have this conversation, but it really doesn't matter because it's a one-way conversation. Whatever you're imagining, it was worse. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Because I haven't eaten Popeyes in so long, I just didn't remember. Or even when I used to eat Popeyes more aggressively, I used to have way aggressive shits. It's the craziest shit. Well, not really. Not that I'm dissecting the whole reasoning and everything, but it's actually outrageous that it's legal to fucking sell that type of shit. You know? And then you look at the fucking ingredients, and there's mad chemicals and shit. Man-made chemicals that they call seasonings. But I digress. That's a topic for another day. Anyways, how are you doing? How you doing, my friend? Yeah, financial literacy, escaping the matrix. That's what we're all about. And you know, I took a few steps in that direction. I started to work for myself, not just this work. My actual career, I'm working for myself now, and it's quite entertaining. It's quite challenging. Not even just the work itself. The work itself is the easiest part. It's really the paperwork, keeping everything aligned and everything. Yeah. So, financial freedom and what have you. That's the goal as of the moment. Then we'll discuss once I have some more because I don't want to just tell you guys, yo, fucking financial literacy, and once you do that, you're free. Like da 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 da. I want to speak from experience and speak once I've made it to the other side of the matrix. I want to bring everybody to the promised land. Everybody wants to go. Some people are just happy being slaves. I was a happy slave too. I was often distracted on a day-to-day basis. So the months and subsequent years went by in the blink of an eye, and it was actually quite wild as hell. But yeah, so just keep in mind of that. Your boy is working for himself now, and I'll let you know what goes about. All the trials and tribulations. All right, so in recent news, Putin is in North Korea. What does that mean, though, right? What does that mean? What does that mean? Is he cultural appropriating North Korean culture? Is that what he's doing? Is he devising a plan to have a cultural summit and hasn't invited us? Is that what's going on? I have no fucking idea. The Russian president, Vladimir Putin, arrives in North Korea today with the country's leader, Kim Jong-un. I fuck with Kim Jong-un too, because he's he's like the only celebrity in his country, and that's ill. That's ill. Well, he's not Kim Jong-il, but he's Kim Jong-un. As the two seek to strengthen and expand their relationship. Nah, Putin is the nigga too. Putin's fire, because he's like, okay, y'all niggas tripping. Y'all niggas that's in the United States of America. We finna oh fuck. Is the United States Drake? Is the United States Drake, and then fucking Russia is Kendrick, and Kim Jong-un and North Korea is Metro Boomin and Future, and then Metro Boomin and Future is China and North Korea. No, Rachel. God damn, I hope it's not as bad as fuck. But we do know that this country's run by fucking adrenochrome drinking pedophiles. But anyways, the 2-day visit marks Putin. How do they know that it was 2 fucking days? That nigga could do whatever the fuck he wants, and how do we know any of this shit is facts? That's what my whole thing is. I trust my news source because it's not fucking legacy media. But who knows, right? U.S. and North Korean officials believe North Korea has sold Soviet-era artillery rockets and other military equipment to aid Russia in its war against Ukraine. Now in its 27th month since the first year of the conflict. The sales reportedly include as many as 10,000 shipping containers holding nearly 5 million artillery shells. Both countries have denied the accusations. In exchange, Russia is believed to have provided economic aid to North Korea, whose economy has contracted every year since 2020, with their gross domestic product per capita of around $1,000. I don't know what that means because I need to see what that means relative to some other country. Separately, Russia's espionage trial against jailed Wall Street Journal is set to begin June 26th. And will be closed to the public. Oh yeah, that's the best shit, right? Okay, right. You can do as as a separate nation than the one I reside, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, to be honest. Right? I can't stand in your way. It's impossible. But what I can say is, y'all niggas clicking up it's kind of lit. I'm not gonna cap. It's like, it's gonna be the perfect end to the United States of America, right? They're going to go crazy. I love that the fact that like these niggas is not scared of the United States of America anymore. Hey man, all good things have to come to an end. I wholeheartedly believe that there's gonna be a fucking war pretty soon, like a big one. But there's never been a war against another country on U.S. Soil, so we'll see how that goes. Damn, 5 million fucking warheads. Oh, and I've also recently heard that that the United States has brought back the draft in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And it turns out that's not the case. A draft hasn't been issued in the country since 1973, right? And enlisting in the service is voluntary. Men 18 to 25 are already required by law to register for selective service, as the law is written now. Anyone who is required to register and fails to do so could be charged with a felony, punishable by as many as 5 years in prison and a fine up to $250,000. So it turns out that the draft has always been, a requirement. But y'all niggas just ain't been doing that shit. And allegedly, I haven't done it either. Because why the fuck would I do that? Why the fuck would I join something that I have no control over whatsoever, and it's like life or death type shit? That literally makes no fucking sense. You want me to sign up for the draft, and the 1% chooses when we go to war, who we go to war with, and these types of things, and they never send their family. Oh shit. Like, who knows if Hunter Biden actually fucking served in the military? He could have just been strung out on crack, and they could have MK Ultra'd him to believe that he was in the military type shit. Because a boy can't keep a secret worth a fuck. And I feel like that's a part of the whole military thing. You gotta like be able to keep a secret. So yeah. So just let them niggas be friends, bro. Like, I don't think that's even that big of a deal. I think that the United States has put itself in a corner by pretending to be altruistic all the time, and we're seeing what the fuck is happening with that now. Type beat. You can't pretend to be a positive ray of sunshine and have beef with niggas that aren't blatantly doing fucking wrong. But yeah, who gives a fuck? Anyways, on to more news. Hold on, I'm gonna start doing this. On to more news. Warning. U.S. Surgeon General called on Congress yesterday to require warning labels on social media platforms, like those for tobacco and alcohol, to highlight their potential harm to children's mental health. It's not going to stop us, but it's great to do, to be honest, because there's going to be those certain parents. Like, I remember when I was a kid, this one girl, she had to eat wheat bread and shit because she was a little fat, and her mom was like, nah, dog, you going to eat wheat bread. And I fucked with that even back then. Like, you're fat type shit. I mean, so there should be, parents should have more control over their over their offspring. It's not going to stop any of the bad kids. It's not going to stop any of the bad parents from letting the bad kids on the social media apps and whatnot. But it will curtail some of them. In a New York Times op-ed, the Surgeon General identified social media as a major factor in the mental health crisis among adolescents, citing a 2019 study that linked over 3 hours of daily social media use to a double risk of anxiety and depression. Teens average 4.8 hours per day. He argued previous research showed warning labels can rise awareness and influence parental behavior, like I'm saying. But it's also interesting because I was watching this other YouTube video where Kai Cenat was hanging out with Northwest, and they were about to go on a roller coaster or something, and he was like, I'm scared. And then this little girl, not Northwest, she was like, if you don't face your fears, that's when anxiety's gonna come. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, you dumb bitch? That's literally what I thought in my mind. In my mind, I was like, you dumb, stupid bitch. Who taught you about fucking anxiety and shit, bro? Spell anxiety. Spell it. You're 11 years old. Shut the fuck up. Go get some anxiety. You don't have anxiety until you're fucking grown. Or at least like, you don't listen, bro. Just to go experience life and then go get a therapist. Like, what the fuck? You dumb little kid.
Bombocad!
That's where we reach with this shit. Like, it's so potent that everybody believes that they're fucking everybody just regurgitates information. At this point in the simulation, everybody's just regurgitating information, and everybody's gonna turn. That's why The Matrix is such a crazy movie, because everybody. I like the point in The Matrix. I think it was Matrix Reloaded, where everybody became Agent Smith, because that's where we reach with this shit. There's such a overarching opinion for a proper way to behave, a proper thing to say, that people are afraid of getting canceled. People are afraid of being ostracized. So there's right think and wrong think now. But yeah, all you got to do is think for yourselves. And that's pretty much where I would like to conclude this episode. I know it was a short episode, but I should do. But love you, and we're gonna hang out again shortly. I promise. Okay? I promise.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?